Yes, we are back one more time. This is Bwana on the Street, the show that was brought to you by Afrinity Africa. Today, I'm having a wonderful guest on this wonderful show. It is a wonderful afternoon, cool evening that everything has brought for us by His grace. I want to say Happy New Year to every one of us that's watching me around the globe. And I want to say, do have a prosperous New Year ahead. So we'll be having a special guest with me on this wonderful show. Stay tuned as I introduce my guest to you. Cheers. We're back. This is Bwana on the Street, and I'm a wonderful host, Prince Charles Oluwagbemiga Rosala, aka the Bwana. I have a wonderful queen on my show. Oh my. You wouldn't want to see this wonderful queen. She is the Mrs. Culture of Malawi. Newly crowned. She was crowned last year. And her wonderful name is Mrs. Alinafe Kanjanani. I present to you the queen herself. Wow, queen.
Thank you.
How? I don't know what to say. Maybe I'm going to shake you first, or I'm going to introduce myself, or I don't know what am I going to say. I want to say welcome to this wonderful show, queen.
You're welcome.
Wow. Oh. Chineke, hey, see the hand of the queen is like so the queen. So queen, tell us more. I want to know much more. You tell our viewers much more how the journey has been, because I could see Mrs. Culture Malawi 2024.
Yeah.
This can be great. Introduce yourself to our viewers.
I am Alinafe Kanjanani, Mrs. Culture Malawi 2024. I'm 33 years old. I'm the last born of a family of 4.
Wow.
I stay in Blantyre, Malawi. I have 2 children. I studied catering. I have a diploma in hospitality management. I have early childhood development, a certificate, and a certificate in Montessori. I'm the owner of Tenacious Cakes. I have my own business, bakery. Yes, and I'm the newly crowned queen. Mrs. Culture. There's Miss, and
okay,
then
there's Mrs.
There's Mrs.
Wow, so you are the newly crowned Mrs. Culture.
Mrs. Culture.
Of Malawi.
Of Malawi, yes.
Oh, wow. You have said many things. You packed many things in one jar.
Thank you.
And the last thing I got when you were introducing yourself, you said you studied catering, you have catering, whatever, of hospitality and all likes. How did you stumble into that?
It has always been my passion to learn how to cook. But then when I started learning how to cook, my passion went into pastries, that's baking. So I started catering, baking, and that's how I own my own business. So what you are telling me now that if there's an international conference, whatever, if they said, come and bake for all the visitors, you actually perform. Yes, we have fed a lot of people before, maybe like 500 people. So yes.
Wow.
I would be honored to feed on an international level. So,
for example, if we should have a guest, maybe one of our big viewers back home, like in Nigeria or any part of the world, and they said, okay, I would like to have her to come and do the pastry for me in this country.
Yes, why not?
You will?
I would love to do that.
Viewers, you've heard her. She has said wonderful. She has spoken well. In fact, I'm so honored that she said, into baking, because I myself, I love food. Don't laugh at me. I love food. But still, I want to ask you some few questions.
Yes.
Tell me, Mrs. Culture, how did you stop moving to modeling?
I have a passion for fashion. A passion for fashion, that's what I can call it. So I started modeling when I was 18 years old. Yes.
So you started modeling when you were 18 years old?
Yes.
So were there any competition? Were there any audition or two?
There was. I was modeling for designers,
Okay.
clothing. That's a runway. I was a runway model. I was modeling for Malawi News. There was a program where there were a page where there was a model of the week.
Okay.
So I was doing that as well. Yes. So
to cut the story short, modeling has been part and parcel of you.
modeling has been part. It started like a fashion interest, but I ended up in modeling. Because models and fashion, they work hand in hand.
Okay. Oh, yes. That's quite wonderful. When you said Mrs. Culture, I was kind of, because too, when I was growing up, when we were growing up back home, we used to, you know, when it comes to modeling, we expect slim lady, we expect catwalk, get, you know, we don't expect like block B, A, B, C, D.
Yes.
So when you said Mrs. Culture, when I watched you, I was like, wow, so is this permitted also in this country?
Yes. Of course, it's new. It just started last year for Mrs.
All right.
It should be 2 years ago because I'm the second queen.
Okay.
Yes, so the Mrs. has just been introduced in Malawi, but in other countries they do Mrs. You look at South Africa, they do Mrs. South Africa.
Okay.
There's Mrs. World.
Okay.
They do that. So Mrs. It might be new in Malawi, but it's there in other countries.
In other countries.
Yes.
Wow. That's quite wonderful. So can you tell me the journey, how you started this journey, applying for, you know, application to be Miss Culture? Give me in a short brief, how did those moments trigger you?
It was a friend who introduced me to Mrs. Culture.
Okay.
Because she knew that I love modeling and fashion. And she was like, you can try Mrs. Culture. And I was very hesitant. I said, but I'm too chubby. I cannot go there. I don't have the modeling body. And she said, Mrs. Culture doesn't see that. You can just do it. So Mrs. Culture, when it comes to culture, Miss as well as Mrs., they don't see your body type, whether you are slim. It's culture. So you know our African culture, we have big bodies, most of us. So she introduced me. She was like, you can do Mrs. Culture. So after everything, I contacted the organization and they told me the same thing, that no, we don't really worry whether you are tall or short.
Wow. You
can apply. That's when I applied. Yes.
I want to give the organization a round of applause for this. Yes. Because number one thing, for them to encourage such people, plumbing.
Yeah.
And whether you're tall, whether you're short.
Whether you're short, whether you're big.
You're big, you're slim.
You're slim.
To encourage them that your body is accepted.
Yes.
I want to say big kudos to the organizers.
And that brings a lot of courage among women. They get to be very confident with their bodies, because you don't go and compete according to your size or your weight. So you're confident in your own body. That's a good thing.
Wow.
Women.
Wow. My viewers, you can hear all the way from Mrs. Culture Malawi, Mrs. Alinafe Kanjanani. She has explained it all. In our next section, we are still going to discuss some particular things which I think you viewers would like to know and would like to get to understand more about Mrs. Culture Malawi and Mrs. Culture Pageant Malawi. Thank you very much and stay tuned. I still remain your host, Prince Charles Oluwabeniga Aronsiola, aka the Bwana. You can also advertise on my show. And if you want to advertise on this show, you can dial the number +265 995 162 669. Inbox me, let's talk. Next, we shall talk. Magbe debe.